What's up, friends? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mansa, and in today's video we're going to be making a blueberry lime pound cake. We're also going to be topping it off with a cream cheese frosting that is so refreshing. This cake right here, it is zesty, it is delicious, melts in your mouth. You all know what I'm saying? Look at the crust, look at the crumb. Let's get into today's video. Okay, friends, so to make a blueberry lime cake, we're going to be using my hand mixer today. This is not a big cake at all, so you can get away with your hand mixer. So we're going to start off with a large bowl, and I'm starting with my fats. Here I have 1 stick of unsalted butter, and I also have 4 ounces, which is half the block of cream cheese, and they are both at room temperature. So make sure that it's at room temperature because it's just soft and easy to beat. So as you can see, I'm trying to cream my fats together. This just took a few more minutes, compared to my hand mixer, which is more powerful and hands-free, of course. So yeah, really simple. Just cream those together, and do not forget to also scrape down your bowls and also the bitters if any are still stuck in there, and just beat again for a few more couple minutes. All right, so next I am going to go ahead and add in my sugar. Now, this is a small pound cake, so I'm only going to use 1 cup of sugar, and trust me, it's going to be the right amount of sweetness because remember, we're still going to add the glaze to it. All right, so now cream the fats and the sugar together. You want to beat this until it is nice, light, airy, and fluffy. This takes a little longer, but trust me, it will make a whole lot of difference. Again, you see me stopping to scrape down the sides of my bowl, and now it is time to add our eggs. Again, this is a smaller cake, so I'm only adding 2 large eggs. You already know the beat. We're going to add 1 at a time and incorporate that in the fats and sugar. Beat it for just maybe 30 seconds, and then we're going to add the second egg. All right, and then you're just going to go ahead and incorporate everything together. Once you add the eggs, you will see that it will begin to lighten up a lot more. Now for flavors, I'm going to go ahead and add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and 1 teaspoon of either lime or lemon extract. It was hard for me to find a lime extract, so I went ahead with the lemon extract, and trust me, it was really, really delicious. You would not even tell the difference. Again, I am going to put this on the side, and we're going to go ahead to our dry ingredients, okay? Now here I have 1¼ cups of all-purpose flour. Into that I am adding 1 teaspoon of baking powder and ½ a teaspoon of salt. You can simply omit the salt if you are using unsalted butter. If you're using salted butter, or you can actually cut down on the amount of salt that I am using. Now, once that is incorporated, it is time to mix our wet and dry ingredients together. As you can see me, I am adding in a little at a time, beating it to incorporate, and then I would add a little more until I have all of my flour mixed into the batter. And if this is your first time coming across this channel, I want to say a warm welcome. My name is Mansa, and over here I just try to make baking more enjoyable and less of a chore. The kitchen does not have to be intimidating, okay? So if that's your vibe, come on and join the crew. Now, y'all know when I talk about lime cakes, anything citrusy, you know we gotta zest it. So I'm gonna be using the zest of 2 limes. Now, if you don't have lime handy, you can just go ahead and turn this cake into a blueberry lemon cake. It's just gonna be pretty much the same, okay? But you need a lot of zest. We are looking for about close to 2 tablespoons of zest, okay? Be careful not to zest too far down into the skin because that white part, it gets really, really bitter, and we don't want that. We just want the freshness of the green part of it, okay? So as you can see, I'm just scraping it a little, and then I would turn it around to get more of the zest, okay? So that's what we're doing here. It's going to make all the difference. Do not make this cake without zesting it, please. You're going to thank me later, okay? So this is the second lime, by the way. So I'm just going to go ahead and zest all of that. To my returning viewers, you guys are the best. Thank you so much for always stopping by again and again, week after week, to support your girl. I really, really appreciate you guys. I don't know how many times I would say it, but just know that I do appreciate the support. Now, the blueberry, the star of the show, okay? You know, the trick that we use over here. Here I have 1 cup of fresh blueberries, and to that I am going to be adding about 2 teaspoons of all-purpose flour. You want to coat these blueberries with this flour, like thoroughly coat the flour, the blueberry together. This will help your blueberries not to sink to the bottom of the cake once you start baking. If you do this, they will be able to suspend all over the cake, and when you cut it, it will look really nice and not just sit on the bottom and just be mushy. So once I get the coated blueberries in there, and by the way, do not forget to dust off all the excess flour, okay? You don't need all of that. Then gently fold it into the batter, and now I am going to be using a 9x5 baking pan. This is glass, as you can see, but you can use any type of metal that you have. Going in with my pan baking spray, make sure that you're going all the way to the top, because again, this is a loaf cake, so it's going to bake, it's going to come up. So make sure that you are brushing all the way to the top of the dish so it doesn't get stuck. Now, as you can see, I'm just giving my batter a gentle fold, and then just pour it into my prepared pan. At this point, I have also preheated my oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. For the most part, if I'm making one large cake, I tend to turn down my temperature from 350 to 325 and bake it for a longer period. That way it is slow and steady, and it just comes out so perfect. So yeah, you know how we do with pop it, drop it, release them excess air bubbles. And now we're going to be baking at 325 for 60 minutes. In the meantime, we're going to be making a cream cheese frosting. Now this is literally the icing on the top. Trust me on that one. And for this, I am using today 4 ounces of cream cheese and 4 tablespoons of butter. I'm using salted butter, by the way. You can use unsalted butter if you want. And now I am just going ahead and, just mixing the fats together. And once it is nice and soft, I will go ahead and add 1.5 cups of powdered sugar. Now this makes quite a mess, y'all, as you can see, but it's all love, okay? So mix the powdered sugar really good into the fat. Make sure that it's not grainy at all. Just keep mixing it and you will get that consistency. Again, for flavor, I am going in with my lemon extract. If you have lime extract, go ahead and use that. I went in and used half a teaspoon of that lemon extract in my glaze, and this is it. This is the consistency. It's pretty thick, so we're gonna put that on the side. And just in time, my cake is out of the oven. It is right here. Can you see that? This is exactly at the 60-minute mark, and y'all, that crust is just golden brown. And do you see the cracks on the top? Again, do you see the blueberries suspended and just distributed all over the cake? It is just perfect. I'll let my cake cool down completely to room temperature. Okay, you gotta let it cool down completely to room temperature. And this was just me trying to do the toothpick test, and as you can see, it is clean. All right, so it's been a few hours and my cake is back to room temperature, and it is now time to frost this baby. When I tell you it smells so divine, absolutely delectable. As you can see, I am giving my cream cheese glaze a quick mix just to get, because they've been sitting for a few hours. And now just go ahead and glaze this baby up. And once the cake is nicely frosted, I'm going to let it sit for at least 30 minutes to an hour just so the glaze can settle down a little bit and make it easier to cut. And this is mine. It's been at least an hour. And now, of course, y'all know I'm going to have to cut this. Can you see how that knife is just gliding through? Can you just see the ease? And let's get into the interior, okay, of this cake. Look at the blueberries. It's all over. And it just brings that perfect tart, and then it balances out the sweetness. And let me tell you, if you make this cake, do not skip out on the cream cheese frosting. Like I said, it is literally the icing on the cake, and it's so perfect. It balances all the tartness and the sweetness together. As you can see, the fork test never fails. It is really moist. And let me tell you again, this is even better the next day. Now I let it sit on my counter till the next day, and let me tell you, the texture was just out of this world. It was so beautiful, and that golden brown crust was everything. But after that, I would recommend that you put it in the refrigerator because of the cream cheese. I hope you get to try it. Thanks for watching.